Okay. You might have to bear with me a little bit today, cause I had to lead like 7 meetings today, and I don't know if I'll be okay tomorrow. But hello, Timochi, Asuds, Trex. That goes live while I'm waiting. I only know because the chat gets litty. Hi, Otto. And because Otto's twerking on my screen. Always. And thanks for the 23 months, Asuds. Howdy, partner. Now, speaking of twerking. What about twerking? Hi, Fate. Hi, Spartango. Anna. What? I need my control. Yeah, we're still in your empire. Okay, but yeah. I essentially had to talk a lot today, so about to double the amount that I usually talk in a day. So we'll see. If at some point I feel any discomfort, I'm gonna probably just like swap and do something else that doesn't require me to narrate anything. You have tea? Yeah, I did have tea. Okay, also as a mitigation, I literally had a giant bowl of bone broth soup this afternoon too. So, let's get into day 4 of Exocolonist. We are now age 15. I believe I wanted to go on an expedition even though I have half happiness right now. Hopefully we find events in the exploration path that allow me to recover. Ooh, flower. Alright, I have my list. Birthdays. Also, this is gonna be an imperfect run. I went in blind, so, you know, it's whatever. But the next time I play through this, I'm gonna know how to optimize everything, hopefully. It's just, you know, learning experience. Oh, not like Phasmo. You want me to scream? That'd make it even worse. SMH my head. I'm hearing. Man, I feel like I spec'd wrong too, because everything is plus perception. And I would have gotten plus perception anyway, so I'm like, what was the point? Okay, the valley. No, Otto, hush. Don't lie to me. Alright, I have learned that nothing changes out here in a different season. Tadari, ohayo gozaimasu. Venting and lurk for a bit. Oh, okay, thanks for lurking, Trex. The flower. I don't know if it's gonna do the same thing as last time, you know? Let's save. I'm gonna save scum hella. Because I can. I heard a float cower grazing nearby. Watch them peacefully bob along, occasionally releasing streams of urine or clouds of helium to maintain a steady height. Try to capture one? Try to milk one? Try to capture one? I need to get rid of this one. 17. Why is this so difficult, bro? What the fuck? Okay, you know what? Never mind. Let's try to milk one instead. You approach the ravid float. Ravid? Ravid float cow clucking softly to it. Its big bug eyes peer at you curiously as you hunker down by its udders and relieve it of, wow, almost 10 liters of float cow milk. The float cow seems relieved to be milked. It's so light after you finish that it leaps into the air and the rest of the herd follows. They drift over the treetops like lost balloons. I thought that was gonna relieve stress. Alright, we gotta find a clearing or something. Discount. Am I gonna die? I guess what I primarily care about is picking up everything. How's this? You've come across another squeaker hive, an intense gravid hive queen and her hundreds of wriggling grubs rooted here like any other tree. This seems calm. You're able to approach close enough to smell the sweet tang of her royal jelly. I like how you can save anywhere. Sneak up and harvest honey. Hopefully it's not hard. God damn it. Wahoo! Dang, Kana doesn't want to pet a float cow? No. Fate, thanks for gifting Otto a sub. The Calm's Hive Queen only has a rudimentary danger sense. Oh wait, we've read that before. And this goes back up. Okay, no wait, it goes... Okay, so this is where... Oh! This is different this time. Not a juvenile squeaker queen, all on her lonesome. She's still mobile, but she's moving very slowly, digging around in the dirt here and there and licking the ground, possibly looking for a place to take root about the rest of her life. Might be an opportunity to catch a living hive. Maybe you could convince it to take root in one of the barns in the colony, giving the colony a source of honey without so much dangerous foraging. It's acid if you get too close. Have this nasty, powerful bee. No wonder no one's managed to catch one. Let us try to level up toughness. Oh no, it's hard. First collectible use is free. Okay, 21. Also 21. Okay. Six. Also 26. guess I have a bunch of these. +2 to a card? Alright. Wahoo! Kudos and toughness. You call in a hover bike and hoist it up onto a sled. Squeegee hive groans and clenches its sides. From all its holes, this fine mist of acid. It's noxious and awful, overloading your mask's filter and making your eyes sting. It eats through one of your gloves and you have to rip it off quickly lest you lose your fingers. Really wondering if this thing should be brought inside the con, but you can almost taste the sweet honey that will be your reward. Once it's expelled the mist, it takes a few hours to recharge. In that time, you make it back to the checkpoint. Your dad meets you at the gates to receive the queen. Your Majesty, he jokes, bowing deeply. I'll make sure she's settled in, he says to you. Come by and visit her anytime you want. Ooh. Alright, next time I know not to back into perception for sure. Canada has not been pinged. Oh, whoops. Thanks, Fate. Let's go. It is late dust right now, right? Yes, late dust. Okay, it's Cal's birthday. Whose else's birthday is it? He likes fruit. Cal waves at you as you enter the garden, leaning on a shovel. Hey, Solana, he calls. But his eyes look past you down the path to where Anemone is beating the absolute tar out of a training dummy. Her fierce battle cries echo across the colony, making Cal wince. Going totally hard lately, huh? He says. He scratches his face, smearing dirt across his cheek. He asked me yesterday if I wanted to spar with her. She said it would be good for self-defense. He smiles sadly at the memory. I told her I don't want to fight. Not her, not a real training dummy, and not anything on this planet. For real. I've never seen her get so mad at me. Called me a baby, and then told me I'm just gonna end up forcing everyone to protect me because I'm weak or helpless or whatever. He seems upset and stabs the ground a few times with a shovel. I just don't think it's right to fight anyone, especially the Xenos. They were here first, he says. What do you think, Solana? Sometimes you don't have a choice. Yes, you sound like an adult. Cal grumps. They always told us to see both sides of an argument, but I tried and he shrugs. I just think if you have to hurt someone to get what you need, you don't deserve to have it. Yeah, I can see your point. He looks relieved. I'm glad you think so too. Sometimes I think about the Xeno I had to kill. The first time they attacked, like, obviously I'm glad I'm alive, duh, but now it's dead. His eyes go back to Anemone. She stops sparring with the training dummies, looking up at the gardens as she has a drink. Neither she nor Cal wave at each other. An accident. I didn't mean to kill it. Cal continues quietly. It just happened. I wish I could tell it I'm sorry. He clenches his fist. A way to figure out how to live in all the cool things that live on this planet. He says. Like, hey, look at this weed I saw growing over here. Cal has such strong conviction. It's one of the things you like best about him, even if some people disagree with them. We spend a few hours with Cal in the gardens as he shows off the area that he's getting ready for the next planting season. The adults are already really starting to trust him with more planting as he gets older. He beams with pride. You finally head out. You're as dirty as he is, but you feel so much lighter. Okay, who else's birthday? Cal's really nice. I like him. I just got pinged in Discord. Who could that have been? I thought you were lurking, Rex. Okay, whose birthday is it? I'm genuinely asking, like, who else is? Because I want their, I need to write down their information. Actually, if I look it up, will I be spoiled? Actually, no, I only have a list of likes. Like how this month. There's a character you've not met, so... Okay. Alright. Don't tell me who that is yet. But anyone who's, like, present here after the Helios ship dropped. I probably... Not you! Wait. Rex takes a deep lungful of air, followed by a bunch of shorter sniffs. Smells so good here, he says. Well, okay, not good, but it's sure interesting for someone who's with a good sense of smell like me. He laughs and scratches behind his soft ear. Have this law. Rex shoots you a shy smile. Nothing a dog likes more than a stick, right? Oh my god, I just realized his portrait is bepping. Flipping. I know me. Rex is really pollen. Okay.
It's so cool your guys have people who aren't boys or girls too.
Nomi says, twisting a long piece of their hair around their finger.
Mom and Dad told me that sometimes people on old Earth didn't understand stuff like that. And your ship left Earth before us, so maybe it was even worse then.
They gave you a bright smile.
But they were worried for nothing. Everyone's so nice here.
Present for you. Nomi makes a sound of appreciation, holds the crystal up to the light.
Ah, it makes rainbows? It's perfect. Thank you so much.
Cool. Rex is really pollen. Face is mid-wet, and that's everybody. Oh, wait, we only had 3 additional characters? Wow. Okay. Find Tang puzzling over a large hollow screen, making notes on her hollow eye and frowning over them. As you approach, she gestures to wipe the hollow screen clean and starts again. Ugh, she sighs, taking a break to rub her temples. Okay, Tang, come on, think. Come up beside her and she startles. Oh, Solana, hello, she says. I'm in the middle of running simulations on genetic diversity over the next few generations. You're welcome to see it. It'll affect all of us, most likely. She pulls up the next genogram simulation, a family tree encompassing all the people in the colony, their familial relationships and genetic conditions. You scrutinize it, sit with a frown. You have an unusually high amount of hereditary heart disease, no matter how you slice it, she mutters. Look at the draw. Lost quite a bit more genetic diversity than the original geneticists of Vertumna Project anticipated, and that's not even counting those unwilling or unable to reproduce. She crosses her arms. It's possible to steer the ship out of it, so to speak, but it'll take some purposeful breeding choices, at least for 5 to 6 generations. May I verify your data? She gives you a curt smile and angles the hollow screen towards you. It sounds crude, but the colony will need to accept a certain level of oversight in this matter if we intend to survive, genetically speaking. Artificial insemination of material-formed Earth donors, even in love matches, for example. Stare at the genogram until your eyes cross. Shake your head. Tang laughs. It's terrifyingly complex, isn't it? Imagine, this process happens all the time naturally. Why, any sweating beast can just squirt a child into the dirt. It's all just proteins and luck, but the result is this. She waves her hand at the massive chart. Beautiful in a way. On a long enough time scale, we can predict the genetic drift of the species. In the face of that, what do family bonds matter? She laughs bitterly. It's not as if sharing genes with someone guarantees you'll be a strong family unit. Does anyone really like their parents? I am stuck between Danielle or Hani. The choices. FBI, open up. Get Jeremy. That's some major in my head. It sounds a little eugenics-y. FBI, open up! 20, they're 20? You think. You sussy. They're so young. Fang looks affronted. You... what? But Sulana, surely there's a middle ground between eugenics and everyone dying of preventable genetic diseases, especially in these first critical generations. Full motive, steal eugenics. Rolls her eyes. Whatever, I'm still going to run the simulations. Then when your inbred great-great-great-grandchildren interface with my consciousness that I've uploaded into the colony AI, I can tell them I was right. As for my own family, I feel no allegiance to any of them based on blood. If I had no family at all, that'd be acceptable. What about this? Shame we're even related. All he does is mope around the colony all day, crying and moaning about how no one likes him. You miss your mom? You mean the depressed drunk who died when I was a kid? No, not at all. If it wasn't for Chief Stewart on, I probably wouldn't even still be alive. Want kids someday? He looks thoughtfully at the genogram. Truthfully, I'm not entirely certain I can bear children. There must be limits to my engineered body. I certainly didn't experience puberty to the extent that Mars did, for example. Besides, children would only distract me from my work. Chief Engineer never had children after all, and I think that's admirable. Her gaze flicks over to her Chief Engineer instance, talking to one of the other lab assistants. In some ways, I'm the child she never had, and she's the mother I wished I did have, says quietly. We became close when we started my gender affirmation process. It was so obvious then that we were kindred spirits. As I would come in for checkups and observation, we'd talk about the science behind the process. Of course I showed an interest in it, and Instance fostered that in me, supported me. Tang looks down at the ground, like my own mother, who by that point had ceased to find joy in almost anything. What would I be without Instance? The only things I have in life are what she gave me. Just this body, but my passion, my hard work, my achievements. Without her, I would have nothing. I owe her everything. You're more than what she made you to be. You don't understand, Solana. I'm not burdened by this debt to Instance. I love what she helped me become. I'm grateful. Now, if you excuse me, I have our legacy to plan. Wait, none of them are 20. Oh my god. Alright guys, you have got me. I'll see you guys behind the bars. What do you mean you'll see us? You mean we won't even see you because you're gonna be behind bars. What the fuck, Jeremy? Hi, Fairy. Jeremy's so sussy. From behind bars? Alright, that's more like it. How dare you? Let's relax in the park. You and Cal go for a walk with your Hop Solo. Cal loves the little creature, and they love him right back. They must instinctively know that Cal's a safe person. Cal scratches Hop Solo's chin. Feel lucky to have a little friend. You can feel your Hop Eyes starting to trust you more. They're still pretty skittish, and you don't want to see what those claws on the end of their foot can do, but they seem a lot more relaxed in your presence. Petting it, it starts to chitter at you in agitation. Whoops, what's wrong, Hop Solo? It flips over on its back and wiggles, its lighter stomach fur looking impossibly soft and enticing. Do you dare, or is it a trap? Oh god. You're too smart to fall for this trick. After a few moments, Hop Solo seems to lose interest. They spot a bug circling lazily overhead, chittering as they begin to track it with their 4 blinking eyes. Playing with Hop Solo in the park when you hear a rustle from a nearby bush. Curious, you look underneath. It's the Hop-Eye you met before. Hop-Eye lets out a happy trill of recognition. The other Hop-Eye trills as well, and explodes out from under the bush to bounce happily around Hop Solo. They chitter excitedly at each other, and you hear something else is making a noise. You look under the bush and see, oh stars, 5 baby Hop-Eyes, pink and hairless, curled up together in the shade. The strange adult Hop-Eye stops what it's doing and bounds over to you, warning with a little rattling hiss. Try to calm the Hop-Eye down. Seven. Six. Five. A3. Alright. Still 34. My god. Oh, there we go. Managed to calm down the Hop-Eye using tricks you've learned from training Hop Solo. They cautiously allow you to pet them, their giant frog eyes blinking out of sync. Spend some time gazing in awe at the little Hop-Eye nest. So small and helpless, no wonder the Hop-Eye wanted to protect them. Nothing to forget here. What? Hi, Dad. You overhear your dad talking to one of the other cultivators. He seems to be upset about something to do with the new governor and the people from the Heliopause. When other woman leaves, you have a chance to ask some of the burning questions you've had. Why didn't Helios know about Mom? Your dad looks startled and tries to muster a friendly smile. You overheard us, kiddo? Listen, Solana. Hesitates. Looks around nervously as if you're being... You're just gonna have to trust the adults on this one. There are still things you're too young to understand. Not too young. Felt the same about myself once, your dad says gravely. Wrong. Helios came here just like us, looking for a better life. Some of them had other reasons too, but now that they're here, we have to learn how to work together. Your mother and I were young on Earth. We learned a hard lesson. Learned a lot of hard lessons. One was that it's safer to be led by one dangerous person than be attacked by an army of them. Who lets that sink in? Another was that sometimes when adults tell you not to worry, you should listen to them. Come on. Go on. Enjoy your youth. He gestures towards the Heliopause. You'll get to know some of those new kids. I'm sure you'll find that they're a lot like you. Before you can say anything else, your dad's called back to work. Still so much to be done to rebuild the farms and geoponics greenhouses, and you can see that people from the Helio helping him. Maybe they aren't all that bad. I'm sure the people are fine, it's just that Governor Lum narcissist leader guy is a problem. Really wet. Mars. This is mid-wit. Not Popeye. I love Popeyes. The chicken place. Ours egg is Crystal. Ask her about. Can you believe Udicott? Mars sneers, tapping away at her hollow palm. She's a washed-up old bureaucrat who has no idea how to lead us in a crisis. She's totally given up. She should just step down, just so someone else can actually get things done. What happened? She did. Udicott did step down. Right, can I work there with you? Well, Mars hems and haws. I suppose it is a lot of work to do alone, and I do like you. We should just stick together. Whatever Mars does to pull Administrator seeks strings. Administrator seeks strings works, because an hour later you get a message from them on your holopop. You're dubious that you'll be able to rise to the responsibilities of the role, but that's nothing new. Seek is dubious about everyone and everything, but they agreed Mars would be more efficient if she had someone else to keep an eye on her. Unlock depot clerk in. Organization and persuasion. Supply depot? Oh, there's nothing here. Okay, let's go on an expedition to the ridge. You're enjoying your P3R gameplay. Now your friends are asking you to play Helldivers 2, and now it's not opening. I've heard a lot of booting problems with that, and queue problems. You should try it, Garvey. It's a great game with friends. Yes, I've heard that too. All my friends are playing too. Nomi is openly gawking at the rain pouring down.
Wow! They exclaim. I'm not over the water just fall. I'm not over that the water just falls from the sky here. What's next? Every day it's like a whole new planet. Have you guys had weather this whole time? It's so cool.
You'll go and kick their feet, sending up big splashes of water. Dust too. What is she like again? Wait, she likes crystals. Sorry. Goodbye. Hi, Dis. Dis stands at the mouth of the drainage sewer hideout, his arm crossed as he studies it from the outside. Do you think they got in this way? A grate farther in. I haven't gone in there to check yet. Oh, we'll check later, bro. Fence like the board. What the heck? Reception and survey the ridge. Said the servers are much better after today after an update. Yeah, it automatically boots people who've been AFK for 15 minutes. Wahoo! The only way to the resting ridges is by glider. Part vehicle, part kite, and all adrenaline. Land on a rocky, broken up spine of the nearest ridge and nearly fall over when you look down at the plummeting slope into the basin below. Or a long way up. This and Utopia glided beside you. You handled that glider like a champ, Dis. You too, Solana. She peers down over the ridge, slope of the ridge. A lot more exciting than the swamps, right? I want you two to stick together out here. It's dangerous in those ancient convergent domain ruins. Convergent domain ruins? You look around. The landscape is nothing like you've ever seen before. Dry, cracked soil gives way to steep cliffs. What little vegetation here is brittle and sharp. You can feel the dry air wick away the moisture in your lips. What the heck is that? Oh my god, I can flirt with Utopia. No, that's weird. There's that glowy thing on the ground. You point it out. Utopia gives it a nudge with her foot. Beats me, she says. You unearth the object. It's pulsing with light and warm to the touch. Hold up. Don't just go picking things up, Solana. It could be radioactive, you know? He waves her hollow palm crystal over and checks the interface. Okay, only a little. Whatever it is, it looks old. Like thousands of years old. We've been digging up glowing gadgets all over this region, but got no clue what they're for. You hang on to that one. Maybe you'll figure it out. Oh, okay. What is that? Stone structure crystal stuff way down below. Oh, those? He says, pointing to a crystal formation so densely packed into the ravine that it looks like a sparkling river. More outcroppings of crystals decorate the slopes. They're all over the place. Be careful with them. Not sure if they're animal, vegetable, or mineral. She points off into the distance. There's a big island of them over there, like a glacier. Covers the whole damn place. Might be related to the convergent domain, but we're not sure yet. You fixed it, wahoo! And what are those stone structures in the distance? Well, there are buildings here. Traces of them anyway. Maybe 10, 20,000 years old? We sure didn't put them here. This lights up at the prospect of doing alien archaeology. We've checked them out, but not thoroughly. Mostly just trying to get a feeler for who lived here, and why they ain't here no more. Based on some glyphs, we started calling them the Virgin Domain. Whoever they are, they built things to last. She admires. In ancient arrowheads and cave paintings, that's real architecture. Machines even. Wait, what? Tell me more. I wish I had more to tell you. Most everything we found just poses new questions. The structures read more organic than anything. So does that mean their genotech was super advanced? As for this place, we think it was some kind of solar network for them, she says, squinting up into the two suns. And at it from above, you can see these big vines traveling up and down the ridges like power lines. And there's hardly any plant life elsewhere. Like they soaked up all the energy and made it a desert. Well, what did they use that energy for? And if there was a civilization so big and so advanced on Rotumna, why can't we find more traces of it? Where are the cities, and what were the Thumpers for? What happened to them all? He's right, that is a lot of questions. Maybe you can help find some answers. So anyway, those ruins are the main thing we need you to survey while you're out here, but keep an eye out for anything else weird. She claps the dust off her hands. Well, my job here is done. You're all set, kid. Try not to fall off a cliff. This jumps back on his glider too. As usual, he's going to scout on ahead and catch up with you later. Oh, you fixed it? Yay! Here we can finally play with Bridge. Ooh, flower. Went left. Guess this loops around? Nope. No. This way. What happened? Try this one. You're walking along a ridgeline when your foot knocks down some rocks down the slope. You anticipate the familiar clatter as they plunge down into the chasm, but realize it's silent. Just the wind. You peer down the slope. Nothing's falling? Hey, the rocks you dislodged with your foot are just floating. Take a step forward and realize you feel lighter too, like you've taken off your mountaineering gear. Take another step. It's a struggle to keep your foot on the ground. With one more step forward, you realize it's possible to take both feet off the ground. You are floating. You nudge your foot and let the momentum float you forward a few feet, feeling more untethered by gravity the farther forward you go. The ridgeline is narrow, with a steep drop on either side. There's no way around this strange anti-gravity field, and if you fall out of it, you might plummet into the chasm. Onward. Oh, is Shadady playing Helldivers too? value is wild. $20. 5 versus 4. First collectible is free. Four. $27. Woohoo! Your friends want you to play. Yeah, it's a great multiplayer game for sure. Float forward, allowing yourself to rise higher and higher and be able to swim and tumble through the air with ease. Wow! Totally weightless! Float over a shiny lumpy rock jutting from the spine of the ridge. As you pass over it, you feel gravity gently beginning to embrace you again, pulling you back down. You touch the ground again on the other side and your legs immediately give out. What a rush. Mark the location on your map for other surveyors. To do that optimally. I should have done that one later. Okay, this is the beginning again. Every so often you see absolutely massive creatures here, like giant snake dragons with thousands of legs and shimmering scales. They're so large that if one crosses your path, you're in for a wait. Which is exactly what you're doing. A gargantuan dragon is slowly lumbering over this ridge for at least half an hour, its body disappearing into the heat haze of the chasms on both sides. Its feet slowly undulate under the cracks, across the cracked soil, making shushing noises and scattering boulders in its wake. Climb up on its back. The creature is moving more than slowly enough for you to climb up, using its large, soft spikes as handholds. It's going to take hours to get anywhere interesting, but from up on its back you can see further. Also, there are other creatures up here. We've climbed up right next to a cluster of doors moths, heads tucked under their wings like they're sleeping, and in the other direction there's even a bush bug. Or rather, it looks like a pile of rocks and some twigs. Wait and see where it's going. Centimeter by centimeter, the Goliath makes its way into the chasm. You feel the air grow thicker and less hospitable until the sheer density of the heat and the drought make you feel genuinely concerned for your safety. Climb up the creature's back segment by segment until you're on the other side of the ridge, then drop down to the other side. Huh, scary. We have to climb over those. Gotta collect all this stuff again. Where I was for the floaty thing. Not gonna read this, just gonna... Through. Looks like this stays the same. Ahoo! Alright, so we've recovered. Into the crystal area. Utopia sent you and Dis to study one of the large crystal outcroppings. Up close, you can't help but get the sense that they're alive somehow. They're angular and hard to the touch, but they have some sort of sponginess and warmth to them that's a little disconcerting. They emit a humming noise. Dis pokes one with his finger. Weird. It almost looks like they're breathing. Five. You notice that they hum at the lattice. You notice that they hum the lattice at midday under full sun. The few crystals that have grown under shaded outcroppings are less vibrant than the others. Kind of look like convergent domain tech, don't they? It says, like the organic obsidian or the crystals embedded in the ruins. Try blocking the crystal sun. On a hunch, you cover one up with some ferns. After an hour, it stops vibrating. Something deep inside it has gone dormant. The crystal turns clear, like the ones that were shadowed naturally. Remove the fronds, the color returns. Oh, so like photosynthesis, Dis exclaims. But it's not a plant, right? Try uprooting one. They do indeed have roots, and they're really tough. You dig around the base of one and expose them so you can see. They're made of the same glass, but rough and frosted. Much warmer than the surrounding soil. The roots go down deeper than you can dig. You won't be able to move one without trying to break it. Or breaking one. You wiggle one of the crystals like a loose tooth. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Boom! You're thrown by the explosion. When the dust settles, you brush off the shards of the warm crystal. You realize some of the nearby crystals have also exploded. Are they connected underground? Yes, I know a mycorrhizal network when I see one, Dis explains. They're alive, like fungus, but also kind of artificial, like the convergent domain buildings that they were used to harvest energy from sunlight. Living solar panels. Wonder if they've been growing wild this whole time, or if they still power something. He stops. Wait, are you okay, Solana? You dust yourself off, and scribble excitedly in your survey notes. This is an important scientific discovery. Oh no. I'm so hurt. We need to find a way to recover somehow. Oh, another one of these. Let's see if there's any collectibles. This place is... What the heck? That's a thing. Your way blocked by a massive wall. No, a hollow pillar, knocked over and lying on its side in the sand. It's absolutely massive. It stretches to your left and right at least a kilometer in each direction, though at some points it's crumbled enough that you can literally scale over it. Yep. Oh. Sure. 30. Wait, how do I use this? Oh, it's unchangeable. Wahoo. Wait. Game? Stream? YouTube studio, hello? We Gucci? Hi Topaz, I don't know if you can hear me right now. Partially. I don't think it. Testing? A little bit. Am I still live? Okay, VTube Studio looks like it's stuttering, but you're good. You're somewhat back. Let me test delay. Still dropping like 5 frames. I don't know. Oh, okay, wait. It looks stable now. I think. Stream is going? Alright, cool. It was being dumb earlier? Okay. Back. Thanks, guys. Here, Gucci. This looks giddy as you follow the pillar to its base. A large pyramid almost entirely lost into the sand. Brush away some of the sand and find that the pyramid is inscribed on all sides with pictures of, well, wormholes, you think. The pillar must have once stretched up into the sky. Maybe it was some kind of observatory, or sacred building, or just a monument to the wormhole. Curious. Fly, wahoo! So much going. I want to keep the explosion because I think it's something important. See what this is, hopefully. Treated to a special site Enormously long caterpillar dragon kind of creature way off in the distance. Thousands of legs and kilometer shivering body snaking in and out of the haze at the bottom of the chasm. Just watch it. It's terrifying. Like a train. Take some readings. So far away, but you record its movement coordinates and take a video for Utopia. Expeditions has been collecting energy readings from this area, tracing the invisible ley lines of power like the one from the thumper that brought you here in the first place. We pointed you to this cave, a nexus of power at the convergence of many lines. You can feel the energy is different here. A barely perceivable hum that prickles up the back of your neck. Something is watching you. It's likely this was some sort of important place for the Convergent domain, Utopia says, leaning on her glider. I've sent teams through, but it gets mighty tight in there. I'm hoping you and Diz might have better luck wiggling in there, she continues. Might be the caves inside open up again. And if they do, take plenty of readings and report back to me. Diz is vibrating beside you on nearly the same frequency as the weird power fluctuation. This is the real deal, he whispers mostly to himself. Utopia nods and leads you to it. What's the plan? Cave equipment. Get the headlamps and a little recording drone with a floodlight attachment as a tiny buzzing flying thing that circles above your heads. A tiny buzzing flying thing that circles around your heads and sometimes illuminates what you want to look at. It's intelligent, which means it won't just do what you want. This bats an eye on it, annoys. Hi, Topaz. Hi, Yam. Why Wandry Launder again? Utopia's also left you an anti-grav belt with a warning to practice extreme caution while spelunking down there. They make you lighter so you can climb more easily. Yourself if you fall. Enter the cave. Narrow entrance to a bigger room that animals have clearly used as a den. Enormous. Glowing mushrooms on some walls and piles of bones in some crevices. In some places the walls are made of iridescent convergent domain obsidian. Like this was once a great hall millennia ago. You can feel a cool breeze coming from somewhere, but it's tricky to find in the dark. Try to find it way deeper. Oh! Bird. We're out of here anyway, right? It's 90. Still 22. Seven. No. So flush. Guess I'll have to do this. Wahoo! Find the source of the breeze by tossing some fine sand into the air and watching which way the dust blows. It's a very tight crack. Good thing you and Dis are so small. You squeeze through and have to shimmy along your bellies for 10 meters, pushing your gear ahead of you. It's uncomfortable, but this is excitement dropping on. Past the crack, there are fewer signs of animals. The walls are smooth, grown obsidian, which has kind of a melted rainbow oil slick look. There are deeply carved glyphs on the walls at various intersections, like room designations or wonder. Other kinds of basins, alcoves into the rock, full of odd protrusions, all ancient and worn and inexplicable now. Liz, hi, thank you. They smile off. Say, it feels homey. You've come to realize the convergent domain must have lived underground. That's why there's so few surface. As you follow the cave complex down, it's clear this used to be a well-traveled path. The corridors branching off to other places are now blocked off, as if a big earthquake had rattled this whole area. Only this one main path is still clear. It's too convenient to be a coincidence. The floor of the cave slopes downwards like a slide, and it's quite slippery. Your footing. Follow the cave down, down, down. All the way to what must be the bottom of the cliffs. You have to climb down a 3-story wall to the last section and are grateful for your anti-grav belt for making it easier. Still tired though. You can see a dim light below. Light? Merge into a hidden valley, totally surrounded by tall cliffs. You just come down all that way? You're surrounded by the ruins of the convergent domain buildings. Much better conviction than the windswept ones on the surface. It's perfectly still here. It's quiet as space itself. What was this? This whispers, reverentially. Sort of converger facility? And it feels so familiar. You remember this place from your dreams, and feel a throbbing sense of importance that is a bit unnerving. Something momentous happened to you, or will happen to you, someday. You poke around a little, and then call Utopia to give her your coordinates. She swings down on her glider with extra ones for you and Dis tethered behind it. Happy you won't have to climb all the way back up. Wow, well, great find, kids. This place didn't show up on any of our aerial scans. Took me a while to find a route in. You look bushed. It does. I'll stick around to get some readings, but you head on back to the depot and get some rest. Don't worry, we're not going to push on without you. Oh yeah, there was money laundering. SMH my head. Mid-wet. Mid-wet. Face is mid-wet. Like. Like some rare stuff. I don't want to give him stuff. Rare. Okay, let's rest in the garden again and up our stuff. Relax in the park. The garden is full of people from the heliopause. They move around in clumps of 2 or 3, gasping in awe at every new flower. The helio is much faster than the stratospheric was, so they spent a lot less time and space to get here. Memories of Earth are much more fresh. Haven't given up trading freaky to follow simple commands. They clearly have the ability to understand that you're just trying to communicate with them, and there's just a huge language barrier. Al gives you the idea to try clicker training, getting them to associate verbal commands with like actions and rewards using a clicking noise as positive reinforcement. May as well give it a shot.
Success!
Use clicking as a shared language, and Riki quickly begins to respond to your commands. At the end of the afternoon, you're getting pretty reliable results from both stay and follow. This is great. Riki must be more intelligent than people give them credit for. Maybe Riki will be the species that evolves to be codependent with humans, like dogs evolved from wolves. I've been working with Riki for months on getting them to follow simple commands. You're getting pretty consistent results with one or two at a time, but they get bored and wander away if you try to do a longer session. You set up a small obstacle course in the garden, consisting of a few ramps and balancing beams. Riki looks at the treats in your hand expectantly. That obstacle course. Bonus to strays. I can afford to leave. A stunning show from the young Riki. Admirable speed and dexterity. They and their trainer Solana are promising new stars in the field of Riki training. Riki finishes the course and leaps into your arms, chittering happily. You did it! You've trained a Riki to follow commands. Okay. This... Dang, get birthday presents. Where are they? Dang. Things in deep conversation with Chief Engineer Instincts, conferring over a hollow screen. Fang says something that makes Instinct smile and pat her on the shoulder, who then gestures to close her hollow palm and walks away. You approach Tang, who looks unusually flustered. Oh, hey, Solana. The tips of her ears are pink. Do you have need of my assistance? Happy birthday. She answers the same way as when she was a kid. Emochi asking Liz where his protection came from. What are you talking about? We deserved it. Just mutters. The new ship didn't save us, it just delayed the inevitable. Their food and weapons run out. We'll be back where we started. Did they learn anything? Here, take this medicine. He plucks at the roots for a bit, and then his shoulders slump. You give these to me because it's my birthday? I really hate it when people make a deal about my birthday. Look, maybe you should just go do something nice for Tang. She really likes the attention. Oops. Oh, Check, hi, thanks for the raid. Hi Bear, hi Check. We heard you like red flags. What? Hi Kieran. Hi Rabbit. What? Why red flags? Hope you had a good stream. Check. Hi y'all. If you don't know me, I'm Kana. I'm a shape-shifting fox-living VTuber. Plays a wide variety of games. Right now we're going through I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. We're like 3/4 of the way through the game right now. According to when they said it, the age at which would end. Red flags the name of your computer. Oh, okay, okay. Just like relationship wise? No. Rapid Beefalo, thanks for the follow. Hope you enjoy your stay here. I saw you playing Pokemon Showdown earlier. Moved to Sonic the Hedgehog Poggies. Hope all was well. All went well. Like some of the people in this game are red flags. Jumping around a lot today. Nice, Sue. It was fun. Love hanging out with Bear. Oh yeah. Your stream tunnel was like using Bear for clout. Check these hands. No. No. Jeremy, I thought you were behind bars right now. Okay, I'm going back out here because we. Oh wait, didn't read the number up. Which stuff was left to do here? But yeah, this game is very expository and narrative heavy. A lot of choices stuff. So, if anyone is worried about being spoiled in this game, this is just a word of caution. Very story heavy. Wait, this is a loop. Fighting the other inmates? You're the only inmate. What do you mean? Trying to find a bias from New Jeans. And they're all under 20 years old. SMH my head. Oh wait, so okay, so it's only deep south. Map. Else? Exclamation point? God, this map is so large. Get lost easily. Look, you're no longer an emo teenager. I mean, 15 years old, you can still be an emo teenager. You think the angsty preteen years are behind us at least. Okay, so there's an exclamation point here. Actually, I don't want to get sent home. What if I get sent home by accident? 15. Bridge. 2. Alright, let's... You've been saved a few times since we're in Dune, or at least discomfort, and it can't have been a coincidence. Something or someone has taken an interest in you, being followed. You're beginning to get a feel for this place and its dangers. The next time you hear a mournful hoot of a passing air squid, you head towards it instead of away, keeping an eye out for anyone watching you from the cliffs. There, just as you think you're going to have to grab its tentacles and fly it like a kite to get your savior to show up, you see a shadowy humanoid figure appear over a nearby ridge. Make eye contact and both freeze. His almond-shaped eyes widen in his not quite human face, and he slips out of sight again. Track him carefully. Rather than rush after him, use your tracking skills to carefully follow his path and sneak up on him. He pounds like a manticore, and both of you tumble to the ground, pin his arms. Hey, it's that guy that this was drawing. Get a good look at his face for the first time. The long, delicate features, the odd tone of his skin, glittering alien eyes. Before he can answer your questions, you jump off him and back away. Who? What is he? Oh, he looks pretty human to me, man. He brushes the dirt from his clothes and stands up tall. Very tall. You have to take another step back to get a good look at him. You catch a glimpse of pale purple wrist under his tattered black sleeves. Delicate, like bird bones. A gardener, he purrs, and you're trespassing on my planet. Now that you can see all of him, you confirm he's definitely not human. Besides the purple tint to his skin, he's also just constructed differently. Human but not. And taken as a whole, those little discrepancies add up to something that is decidedly alien. An alien? He laughs, a light, infectious chuckle that sounds more animal than human. It goes on for a bit too long. You think he might be poking fun at you. Actually, you're the alien here if you think about it. You do think about it. He's right. He jumps onto a large rock and crouches, eyeing you thoughtfully. Let's make a deal, he says. He's big. He speaks with an odd inflection, putting the wrong stress on things, but the words themselves come easily enough to him. I'm not supposed to talk to you, he says. It's against the rules, but since you caught me, I grant you one wish. He smiles mischievously. Is this a joke? In gold is prime emo, what do you mean? I'm in self, you're male. I've not had to speak to anyone that young, so I don't know. Sim, a mysterious man who appears when you needed him the most. Wow, just like Aang the Avatar. Finally, holy Kana, I got scared you weren't gonna meet him. And I think you should switch sides of this. But I can just scroll. I just forget to scroll sometimes. I wish to know more about you. He gives you a sly look. Time, Solana, I hope. He pauses, and his eyes unfocus for a moment. Stares straight ahead, unblinking, and then he slowly stretches like a cat and stands up. Oh, this has been fun, but I'm afraid my duty calls. He doffs an invisible hat towards you. My name is Symbiosis, by the way. Or Sim, if you like. He jumps behind the rock and disappears. Literally, he disappeared. You search all around and can no longer find a trace of where he might have gone, or how. Stars, you met an alien! Wait, I can miss that encounter? But if you're on the left side of the screen, this? What do you mean? He's not even here. Okay. Sim. You did not meet Sim on your first playthrough? Wait, what? How would you trigger that then? Like, what's the trigger? I lost. You're following an animal path through the underbrush. When a change in the ambient noise makes you stop in your tracks and listen, you get the feeling you're not alone. By now, you're getting used to the feeling of being watched. Now you're there, Sim. You're answered with silence, and you have the fleeting thought that if you're right, this will probably sound pretty cool. And if you're not, and you're talking to yourself in the jungle like an idiot, at least no one's around to see. A tall form steps out casually from behind a rock. Why, hello again, says Sim, smiling. He bows to you like a courtier. A gesture that looks perfectly elegant on him, but nonetheless carries a deep sense of still being an alien. You get the chance to get a good look at him. He's like a human, but not. Not just genetically enhanced. He's a whole different species. Alien. A gardener, whatever that means. A lot to take in. You look. He puts a finger to his chin in an exaggerated expression of contemplation. Like a wide-eyed sugar bug. His hair slithers around the sides of his head, like it's trying to get a better look at you. Find your voice and croak. But he believes that you exist? Why do you keep following me? Because, my sugar bug, you're about to stumble into a nest of young snap bladders. I thought you might need rescuing again. Sure enough, you realize you can hear their mewling up ahead. Even the nestlings can be deadly in numbers. With that warning, I believe my job here is done. Sim purrs and turns to leave. Wait. Call out to him, but he disappears into the forest without a trace. What do you mean? He's right here! Walking through the wilderness when Sim steps out directly in front of you. Don't go this way, he advises you. Just trust me, What's Sim like? You have a birthday? Don't know. There's not even a definitive answer online besides exploring. On subsequent playthroughs, you met Sim at 13, so you're almost 16 when I was away. Sim likes everything. I give him a flower. Oh, take a close look at Sim. It's only fair that you observe Sim in the same manner that he observes you, intently. And while hidden behind a tree, you pretend to leave, then double back and watch him from a short distance away. Hope you'll see what he does when you aren't around. Sim looks like a human. If an alien had to draw a human entirely from written description, too tall, too long, his eyes too black, his whole posture too weirdly attentive. His hair is the most interesting part, so perfectly kept for someone who seems to live in the forest. Sometimes you swear moves in ways hair shouldn't, like the first time you saw a time-lapse video of flowers turning towards the sun. Watch in silence for nearly 10 minutes, but Sim does absolutely nothing. He tilts his head like he's listening to the wind. Then he leans over to stare at a random patch of grass for far too long. Eventually, he turns to stare straight at the spot you're hiding. You like what you see, Sugarbug? Okay, which one? He has a birthday? Now you can look at birthdays on Order 3. Wow. Oh wait, but it passed already, right? Okay. Um... Why is this reminding me of Baldur's Gate 3 and the Tentacle Man again? Except he doesn't have tentacles this time, so that's good. Sure, you know I do. He smiles coyly. Good, he replies. He tosses his long hair over his shoulder and extends his hands, baring himself for your inspection. It's not a crime to be curious. Why, I find myself very curious about you. You look your fill, now that he's offered. You find yourself constantly drawn back into his deep silver eyes and the hypnotic motion of his hair, and within moments you find yourself more relaxed? Sim's faint smile fills your vision, blinking out the rest of your senses. Not be alarmed, he says. That's a reference to something. I have the ability to induce a mild sedative effect in organic creatures. I find it useful in reducing their cortisol levels, so that I may tend to them more easily. If you find it soothing, I would be happy to use it on you at your request. You simply have to ask. My god, we're being drugged. You spot Sim watching you silently from the trees. When he sees that you've noticed him, he steps into the path and walks towards you, completely silent. When you open your mouth to greet him, he simply places his finger against your lips. Shh, I'm observing you. You really are a fascinating creature. All humans like you? Wait! Does this mean he reduces stress? G3 copied Exocolonist? Oh my god. Anna's catching up on 3 years of interaction with Sim. Take an even closer look at Sim. This time, you'll catch Sim doing something weird and alien. You send a survey drone to follow him, and watch him through your hollow palm as he heads into the forest. He comes to a still pond and crouches by it, staring intently into the water. Then, with a flick of his wrist, he snatches an eel from the depths and bites its head clean. Then he looks up at the drone, giving you a jaunty wave, as if he knew it was there all along. Wait, did Sim usually eat raw living animals, or was he just doing it because he knew you were trying to catch him doing something weird? Sim suddenly appears from behind a mush tree with a flick of magic trick. You could have sworn it was too narrow for even Sim to fit behind. Why, this is the little sugar bug. What can I do for you? Here, have a flower. Sim examines your gift in great detail and asks various questions about where and when he found it. He comes to himself as he turns it over in his hands, a broad smile on his face. Remarkable, Solana, just remarkable, he says as he hands it back to you. You are truly the most thoughtful of gift givers. I have enjoyed your present to the fullest. I try to explain that he can keep it, but he just smiles again and shakes his head. Okay, I'm gonna go... I don't know what the calming down thing does. I feel like it should be a stress reducer, so I'm gonna go do something else and then come back to him. Strange heat. There's something off. Okay. There's a strange heat haze shimmer across the path ahead. Oddly, it doesn't clear up as you get closer. The mirage effect is very strong. The refracted air makes it look like there's a pool of water on the ground and plants waving around it, but it's just... something's off about the illusion, and you can't put a finger on why. Oh shit. The faster you move, the faster the mirage disperses. You approach cautiously. As you do, you realize what's wrong about the mirage. It's impossible. The plants on the other side of the haze are different. Not just wibbly wobbly from layers of air, but bigger, older. And it's a different time of day. Evening, not morning. And then you see her. It's you. Through the heat haze, you see yourself in the distance walking towards you. You move to the edge of the mirage and peek around it, but she isn't there. You can only see her through the heat haze, like it's some kind of doorway or mirror. Watch. Stare at the figure. That person who looks and moves exactly like you. And you both move slowly. Carefully approach the mirage. Then you both slowly, carefully approach the mirage, and the mirror images you both. And like mirror images, you both raise one arm, your right and her left, and touch them together. The other you says something, but you can't hear. You can only see their lips move. Is it important? A message from the other you? You're desperate to know, but the mirage fades. Throw Baldur's Gate near you. The path ahead is blocked by a field of snaking vines and brambles. They're flowering, enormous happy blossoms swaying in the shimmering heat waves. You could push through them, but your hollow palm beeps a warning, a radiation warning. These flowers seem to be highly radioactive, far too radioactive for the mild shielding your suit provides. You might be able to pass through if you don't mind feeling the effects of radiation sickness until you can detox at a medbed. Well, if it doesn't kill you outright, radiation is unpredictable. Take a sample. Snag a sample you can study later in geoponics. Wahoo! So we gotta research at geoponics. One point. This the dead end. There's so much stuff, my god. Well. Again? Okay, you know, I want to see what Sim does. Hope it's not plus 50, otherwise I'm gonna go interact with something. You help me calm down? Of course, Sim murmurs, stepping into your space. His cool hands alight on your cheeks, tilting your head to look into his eyes. Within moments, you feel the burdens of your day lift off your shoulders like a balloon floating away into the sky. Oh, it's only 5. Consciousness reasserts itself sometime later, and you find yourself held in Sim's long arms. Blink away the brain fog and pull yourself together, thanking him for the experience. He smiles. My pleasure, Solana. Stay safe out there. You find Sim in deep contemplation of a piece of fruit. Would you say is the purpose of this fruit? He asks as you approach. It depends on whom you ask. For the tree, the purpose of the fruit is to house the seed and entice other creatures to ingest it, carrying it away from the tree to a place where it may take root. He holds up the fruit. To the bush bug, the purpose of the fruit is to nourish the body. You don't care for the seed at all. How then do we determine the purpose of anything? Goodbye, Sim. Let's go to the exclamation point. I hope this is the right way. Wait, Liz, did Liz meet Sim? Utopia's given you clearance to poke around the ruins in the secret valley. Stars, this place is neat. Just think so too. You didn't have to climb back down again, he murmured. But you can tell he's excited. The buildings are arranged in a spiral formation around a central point. They're made of that oil slicks obsidian. Something that looked like petrified bone and half parts missing. Some other organic materials long since rotted away. It's all overgrown with vines and birds shifting. Jerry, you're not Liz. But she says probably. No, Jerry, you're Les. No! No, he's not. He's Jerry. Isn't he like Jer Slay? Dead. You follow the spokes of the streets until you approach the center of the valley where a large pyramid-shaped building sits surrounded by thumpers and a variety of other small buildings. Check out the pyramid. You walk all around the massive pyramid, but you don't see any entrance into it. It's sealed tight. It vibrates with significance and looms hugely in your dream memories. You feel faint just being close to it, but this doesn't seem to feel anything. This you give up and investigate something else. You don't complain. Investigate the other buildings. Smaller, more deteriorated pyramid buildings dot around the valley, purposes unknown. There are also dozens of little obelisks, a couple meters wide with a circular design on one side. You approach a random one of these on the edge of the valley. You lean on one of the round designs and the iris dilates open, sections grinding back like the world's rustiest automated door. Now you're looking through a large round door into a small featureless room. Quite small, quite featureless, totally dark, very creepy. You can hear a faint hum. Still powered? Bravely walk inside. Through. Desolate. That plus 5 bonus on straights. Ugh. Oh my god. Wait, what's this? Resting. I presume I had already gotten that thing from Sim, right? I'm just gonna double check. Kana? Yes. I think we found all the characters. Radiation warning. Help me calm down. Right now! We have finished that. Oh. Oh, that's a pet. I was like, whoa. Why is it moving? Liz! Did you find Sim in your playthrough? The 4 thumpers are in careful alignment, forming a square with a wide path between and the pyramid in the center. One is almost totally reduced to rubble. None are still active. Did you find Sim? Man, why are these so hard? You can miss him, apparently. Hello. If you made this your friend from the ship, it's hard to miss him though. From what ship? I'm gonna reload. Equip different collectible. +5 to challenges. Wahoo! Alright. Rage. Oh my god. These are awful cards, bro. Oh wait, this is a yellow challenge. Let me see if I can somehow cheese this yellow challenge. And I have mostly red cards. I think I have mostly red cards. We'll see if this one works. And oh man. At least cards to discard it. No, they get added on. Ew. 23. Uh, God. I think +5 to challenges is good. That'll be regardless of what happens. I'm gonna find a way to make this work. I don't think I should have used my high cards in the very beginning. Smash A right now. Oh, whoops, I didn't equip the right thing. Let me equip it and then save. Bonus to pairs. Okay, let's try bonus to pairs then. But she got all the endings. Unique story endings. And I did ghost both girls the whole of yesterday. Half valid reason, but I couldn't get used to it. I could use it to get out completely. Woohoo! Congrats. No, Liz. He did the ghosting. He's not the one that got ghosted. Okay, plus bonus to pairs. Woo! Yeah. Shouldn't this be bonus to pairs? What happened? Normally, matching cards are just 1 extra point, now they're 2. $32. God. Oh shit. Hang on. Air. Dunes. Oh my god, I was really hoping that you will come through. Asking all the town about Okay. Jeremy, yeah, no. No, Jeremy, don't. That's jailbait. Don't do it. Okay, I did not like the plus the pairs. Popeye gives 3+3 to pairs. Am I blind? Oh, okay. I am blind. Welcome back, Shadadi. Yeah, oh shit. Jeremy age minus my age is Hades' age. That's crazy. FBI, open up. Also, I think Jeremy's memeing it. Topaz. I think. Ooh. Six. $39. Okay, close enough. Hi, Jet. Jeremy's actually 47, right? Walk in, this close behind, and suddenly the iris closes, the floor lurches, and you're moving down. An elevator. Elevator squeals and grinds away like it hasn't been used literally thousands of years. It doesn't go far, and then it grinds to a halt, and the iris opens to reveal a large room with obsidian walls. Like all convergent domain spaces, it's more a cave than room, with stalactites everywhere and giant lumpy mounds of fungus. One of the obsidian stuff they built with melts over time, running and dripping in extreme slow motion. There are consoles on all the walls. Like, this is some kind of control room, maybe. But it is long, dark, and covered with a thick layer of dust, except one device with two weird bony knobby sticks poking out of it. Touch stuff at random. You poke at things and grab sticks at random until suddenly you cease to be yourself. You're like a visual, audio, and weirdly tactile representation of something vast. You have a feeling of being in a large, complex space. No, you are the space. A digital space, like a computer system. As if you were sucked inside a 3D representation of the HoloNet, and you can see files and processes and the whole worlds of data, but in alien formats that speaks to you more in sensation than logic. You let go of the sticks and the console room comes back. You grab them again, and an understanding fills your head. It feels not all that different from your bouts of deja vu remembering, like of memories being inserted into your mind and you suddenly just know how to use this interface. Just think that where you want to go or what you want to Just think where you want to go or what you want to know, and away you go. A word array comes to mind. A network of computers hosting millions of data nodes, information on every part of the planet from weather to soil conditions to individual creatures. Not just computers, but entities that feel intelligent. And also digital, artificial consciousness, like your ship's AI congruence. You're processing all that data and triggering subroutines to make sure minute changes on the planet's surface. Media has an aging population, gotta invest in old people healthcare. No, I think that's just Jeremy. You got called old? No, it's just Jeremy, trust me. Not old, I don't have married friends yet. Oh, all my friends are getting engaged. It will soon be that time for you. And then every time you open up Instagram, you'll see someone else getting engaged. And then a booming voice enters your brain and obliterates all else, speaking more in abstract than thought than words, but loud. What are you doing in Wormhole Observatory Array Console 5, you nosy little creature? And an explosion in your head and you're thrown backwards and out of the array. Must have also been an explosion in your hands, which are now singed. Console's blown out and dead. You're shaken. Something didn't like you poking around in there. Whatever the array is, whatever lives in it, has been watching you. Probably ever since you landed. You have a feeling Sim has something to do with this. He's either in league with the array or he's part of it. But knowing Sim, he won't tell you anything till he's ready to. You tell Dis about the array and the voice saying Wormhole Observatory. He looks around impressed. Convergent domain will up to some shit, he says. And now you know about the array and how to access it. That could come in very useful if it turns out to be a danger to your colony. You decide to call it a day. Your arms feel all tingly and weak from getting electrocuted, and your heart is still thumping a mile a minute. But you'll be back. Keep exploring. Some of Lizzo's friends have kids already? What? That's crazy. You're dead. It makes me depressed. I don't want to age. Nah, it gets better because you get adult money, and then you can still cater to your hobbies when you have adult money. Then you realize, damn, this is dangerous because you can get anything you want. But then you gotta choose to be responsible. And girl boss your way into retirement. Riri was panicking the other day because you thought you were seeing an IG post of your friend getting married. Luckily, it was just his older sister. Were you worried? Your classmate had a kid? You're in university, right? They were 13. Oh my god, that's not okay. Liz says if it makes Topaz feel better, Liz is at the happiest at the age they currently are at and would never turn back the clock. I would only turn back the clock to invest more money in stocks at my young age. Like invest in Amazon stock. Papa says, yeah, that's why I don't want kids. Saturday says, stay in the middle like you a little. Alright, New Jeans. I'm gonna be in uni, yeah, but the 13-year-old thing happened when you were in secondary. That's messed up. Yuri doesn't want kids because they'd be a terrible parent. As long as you're conscious of why you don't want kids, I think it's fine. Okay. Get another massage. No. Oh wait, was there other stuff? posted a pic in Discord last year. They got a PC, controller, headphones, and a nice mouse for themselves. And a 12% raise. Wow, congrats, Liz. You didn't tell us that part. You didn't have anything before that. You'll be great. Yeah. Getting thirsty. You feel for your backup canteen, but it's missing. Somehow you lost it since you left this morning. You're all out of drinking water. The suns are high and hot in the sky, making the ground waver with heat haze and mirages. Your mouth feels dry, so dry your head is starting to ache. You're far from the outpost. You could make it back, but that'd be it for this expedition. You'd have to go home. Call this for help. This grumbles, but within about 20 minutes you see his glider winging its way over to you across the ridges. It lets you have a spare canteen. The bus came prepared, he teases. You survey together for the rest of the afternoon and are both relieved when it finally cools down. Aww, he cares about us. Oh, that's how I reduce the stress ticker.